dokie.
All right. So for today's video, I've got AJ here, and we're actually going to comment on a video that I pre-recorded, which is about how to utilize the training part of Smash more um, proficiently. A way to practice when you're not able to play against other players, whether it be you just don't have Wi-Fi or if you just don't feel like playing online that day, because I know online is a lot different than playing locally. Anyways, I'm going to go through some things that'll help you get more out of your practice, and we're going to be showing these to AJ as well, who's here to commentate, and we're going to be using Watch Together so that we can watch this pre-recorded video together, and then I'll probably edit the pre-recorded video to the end of this for anyone who wants to go back and watch it without us commentating and stopping it to ask questions and such. But
So consider it.
yeah, right. But are you ready to go, AJ?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Alrighty, today we're going to be recording step 5, which is labbing and putting practice into practice. So the first bit here is there are 3 CPU levels I recommend to practice on. Level 0 is for trying new combos or if you're not confident with a combo, whereas level 3 through 5 for the CPU would be good for practicing combos on that you already know. And then level 9 is just for warming up. And the reason I recommend level 3 through 5 for practicing combos you know is so that it's kind of a moving target, you know? It's important to practice your combos on both heavy and light characters. I definitely recommend characters whose recoveries kind of can hurt you, doubles it as an attack. I recommend Bowser, Fox, and Lucina for this reason. That way you have a heavy, extremely light, and a medium weight character. All right, I'm going to stop it right here because I actually have a comment. I know you haven't had any questions yet, but it's good to practice against every character. The only reason I'm recommending these 3 characters is if you're short on time and only want to do a short practice session, or you're not looking to practice against a specific character you have trouble with, is because, like I mentioned in the pre-recorded video, Bowser, Fox, and Lucina all have recoveries that double as attacks, but they're also pretty abusable recoveries if you know how they work. So it's good for practicing like edgeguarding and stuff.
All right, cool. Gotcha.
All right, ready? I'm going to start it back up. So here we're going to be doing some combos on Bowser and I believe Fox. Yes, Fox. This is just showing how you can practice combos on heavy and light characters. Currently, I have the CPU level set to 0 because, disclaimer, I'm not a Kirby player. We're just kind of learning Kirby to teach it to our new player here, AJ.
And you're still doing it so much better than me.
Hopefully I can get his... All this stuff is combos I figured that would be easy enough that you could do them too. Maybe do a little voiceover or watch together thing, just so we can see what he thinks about these Kirby combos and such. So meta, asking for commentary while having you watch the video that I asked for commentary on. And
I know.
Another reason I recommend practicing on CPU level 3 through 5 for combos after you've learned the combo is, as you can see with the CPU level 0, they don't really DI, they don't really tech, they don't really do anything until you get them off stage, but they do recover.
I really need to work on
dead weight till you put them on.
Drawing them in and blowing them back out. It's not something I do often.
3 through 5, which makes for it's good for a mix-up, and it's a command grab, so it beats out certain things that would normally hit you otherwise, like Bowser's up B. Still better. Which, if he starts it close enough to you, will still hit you. Moments like this, where the CPU is just not cooperating and is doing some weird, dumb stuff. But that's
that was
we
nice.
Still got to practice. I had to show you some hammer stuff because you always like the hammer, and I keep telling you it's bad. And just because it's bad doesn't mean you can't use it. That's what mix-ups are for.
I get excited. I didn't used to have a hammer.
Even when the CPU is cut on, they do dumb things that like sit there after missing a tech for a second that probably would have kept that combo from working, but oh well, it's still good to practice what you can do in situations where people really mess up. And here you can see we're practicing edge guarding, which is another thing against the CPU in training mode because they're always going to try to recover back to ledge, and it gives you a chance to just punish that.
Really satisfying to watch for some reason.
Yeah, players usually mix up their recoveries if they have the option left to. That Bowser didn't have a jump, though. So the Bowser would not have been able to do anything but up B, even if it was a real player. So you just got to use the invincibility frames of that back air and just keep popping them right at the end of his up B. Or before it starts. Alright, so what did you think? Does it all make sense on how to get more out of practicing?
Hmm. Yeah, I hadn't actually been practicing with them on any sort of level, but I see what you mean about having a moving target now, because it's not like they're going to wait and stay static for me in real life.
Yep, and the reason I recommend level 3 through 5 is they're still kind of dumb, kind of like when that fox was like walking back and forth and firing lasers, and I'm just like, okay, can you come closer so I can back throw you and show the thing for the video?
Yeah.
But
he knew what you was going to do. He didn't want to be a part of it.
But I would like to congratulate you. That brings us to the end of Step 5 and the end of the training program. From here on out, any improvements you make will be either just utilizing what you've learned or improvements you make on your own.
Well, now I just have to beat you in Clover. My school's really done.
Yep. All you gotta do is practice. Which is, it sounds like, I have to learn how to play the piano by playing piano every day, but it's like that, but it's Smash, so it doesn't require quite as many neurons firing off in your brain.
Yeah, it's not going to take the, what is that trope? You can master anything in 10,000 hours. Or...
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Smash is, a lot of it's just muscle memory, and then increasing your reaction time because you'll already have the muscle memory there, and all you gotta do is think, that's what I want to do, and then you do it. All right.
I feel like I should have more to say, but like it's all gelling in my head. I don't want to keep being like, I get it, I see, but that is what's clicking right here. So,
well, I mean, I guess it means I put together a better training program than I thought I did, because I honestly immediately after like we finished Step 1 and moved into Step 2, I was like, oh man, I might have to change up how we're doing this. And that's how we ended up adding a Step 5, actually.
Hey, it's a learning process for both of us.
Alrighty, so I think that will bring us to the end of the commentary section here. So right after this will be the video by itself. It'll be full volume, and I guess that brings us to the end of the training program. Thank you, AJ, for your time.
Thank you for all your training, and I hope people enjoy watching it.
Yep. If y'all did enjoy watching and you want to see more content like this, just subscribe and let me know down in the comments some other cool ideas you'd like to see done. Alrighty, today we're going to be recording Step 5, which is labbing and putting practice into practice. So the first bit here is there are 3 CPU levels I recommend to practice on. Level 0 is for trying new combos or if you're not confident with a combo, whereas level 3 through 5 for the CPU would be good for practicing combos on that you already know. And then level 9 is just for warming up. And the reason I recommend level 3 through 5 for practicing combos you know is so that it's kind of a moving target, you know? It's important to practice your combos on both heavy and light characters. I definitely recommend characters whose recoveries kind of can hurt you, doubles it as an attack. I recommend Bowser, Fox, and Lucina for this reason. That way you have a heavy, extremely light, and a medium weight character. So here we're going to be doing some combos on Bowser and I believe Fox. Yes, Fox. This is just showing how you can practice combos on heavy and light characters. Currently, I have the CPU level set to 0 because, disclaimer, I'm not a Kirby player. We're just kind of learning Kirby to teach it to our new player here, AJ. hopefully I can get his thoughts on this recording here, and maybe do a little voiceover or watch together thing, just so we can see what he thinks about these Kirby combos and such. And another reason I recommend practicing on CPU level 3 through 5 for combos after you've learned the combo is, as you can see with the CPU level 0, they don't really DI, they don't really tech, they don't really do anything until you get them off stage, but they do recover. So they're kind of just dead weight till you put them on CPU level 3 through 5, which makes for a moving target. It can be a little frustrating to do a specific combo that you're trying to practice, because sometimes they just won't let it happen, but it's still better. Ah yes, and then you have funny moments like this where the CPU is just not cooperating and is doing some weird dumb stuff. But that's okay, we still got to practice what we wanted to practice there. And sometimes, even when the CPU is cut on, they do dumb things that like sit there after missing a tech for a second that probably would have kept that combo from working, but oh well, it's still good to practice what you can do in situations where people really mess up. And here you can see we're practicing edgeguarding, which is another thing that you can do against the CPU in training mode, because they're always going to try to recover back to ledge, and it gives you a chance to just punish that.